I'm gonna be eating. I don't care if I'm eating. I mean, let's do it. Mmm. Some, wow, stinky tuna salad. Right, I'm gonna be watching some Metroid. Where should I position my camera actually if I'm gonna be doing this? Probably not the best to have it there. Maybe down in the corner, just to show that I am. I am here. I'm here. Right, I've been working on this damn Metroid video for so long now. And I still have no idea what to do for it. I keep re-recording it, I keep changing it. I'll look at more stuff tonight. I just want to get really good at editing, but the only way to do that is by spending time doing it. And then committing to something. I just don't know how to commit. I tried doing angry, I tried doing solemn. And now, I'm looking at more methodical. But I need to be humorous. I need to be bombastic, humorous, get people to watch it. The thing is, my voice. It's not my voice per se, it might be the mic, but I need to change a lot of how I speak and how the mic. Jesus, what is my internet? Alright, let's try and fix that real quick. If I. No, this is just. Not that one. This one. Just a sec. It's gonna have a tinker with the controls and such. Is this better internet? Seems it for now. Oh, we'll keep it on that. Select stream. Yeah, can I see my YouTube? Yes. There we go. What did I? Really? Really? I got a spelling error in my thingy. That's annoying. I'm gonna quickly change that spelling. Use risk. Alright, I'll go change that at some point. Go to the live stream. Let's change this. Yeah, how do I change it? Edit. Meh. Yeah. Right. I'll look at this. Because this was on. Wait, am I? I am live streaming. Okay, good. I saw this pop up before, and I thought I'd have a listen because there's a lot of these reviews that are glazing it. And then there's some that go, oh, it's got issues. So this one, what's the title? Metroid Prime 4 failed. Why Metroid Prime 4 failed? So I think people need to be harsher on this game. They really do. It sucks. It's not good. It's awful. Alright, let's see. I want to know why he says it's atmospheric. I really want him to go on that route and explain why. Because to me, I don't think it is. My immersion, just from watching it, gets sucked out all the time. I'm not engaged in the game because it gets broken apart by either the dialogue or just the lack of care. Like, even the lore of the planet. Now, stop. Let's just see what he says. Admittedly, I haven't played it, but does that mean it's that I'm not correct? Do I need to experience something in order to be correct on the subject? Because I don't think there is anything of value here. I really don't. What is there to say that's good? This isn't a claim that I need to defend. It's a claim you need to defend and say, this game is good because of X reason, and say, this is the value of this game. Because right now I'm not seeing the value. Really? But the thing that lets it down is that it's meaningless. None of this matters. You could be like, oh yeah, the opening's great, but it leads to nothing. If you have a great, like, I don't know, 5 minutes, but from the rest, like, the entire film is just trash. And you're like, yeah, just watch it for the first 5 minutes. But then the first 5 minutes, even then, there's still issues. Like, the fact that there's so many Federation NPCs, why are the pirates even here on this base? I don't mind the remix of the Space Pirate theme. I think it could be better. But there's so much. There's so... It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel Metroid. It just feels half-assed. They just put a skin suit. Look, guys, there's Space Pirates. There's Metroid. Look, there's Silex. Look, there's Samus. And it's like, oh. Come on. Sucks. Well, I just realized I haven't been having. Oh my god! All right, I'll let him speak. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. I didn't have the
Metroid
audio
Prime
for the
4 is
desktop.
the most conflicted I've been with a game for
Oh.
a long time. It's somehow amazingly atmospheric and fun at times, yet so frustratingly bad by the end I completely stopped playing out of pure apathy.
Well, he actually stopped playing, by the way, so he didn't even do the ending. I'm guessing he didn't do the ending. We'll find out. So he stopped. The game was that bad. He stopped playing. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
I seriously think anyone who tells you there's nothing of value here is lying or hasn't actually played it. The opening sequence is pretty
Like I went over. I don't think that's good. I think it's bad. You have to. The onus is on you to prove it's good. You can't deal me a dish of poo and then expect the customer, or i.e. me, to then go and explain why it's bad. It is bad. You don't need me to explain why. Anyway, carry on.
amazing. As much as the word epic may be out of style, I just can't think of a better way to describe the moody,
It's
intense
not.
atmosphere. It truly feels
How
like a
how does this promote atmosphere? It doesn't feel atmospheric because there's so many. It's an action set piece. This doesn't set atmosphere. It's it can set the tone, but it's not atmosphere. Because when you take a step back and look at what's happening, you go, "This is all meaningless. Nothing matters." Atmosphere is when you got you get so engaged and in depth with the immersion that you get lost in it. That's the atmosphere, and you go, "Okay, it's believable. It's rich." This doesn't feel believable. It just feels like a set piece.
battle is taking place. The sky filled with smoke, bullets,
Wow.
aircraft, and a giant hangar looming
And look
over
at
the
that! The bullets hit you there, bang, 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 does nothing. If it had the extra attention to detail, then yes.
military base.
Oh, I blew up that in the background, that's
Although
awesome.
despite how desperate the situation might look, the voice acting is so stilted here. Everyone seems either completely calm or straight up bored. And I think
It's atmospheric, guys. This opening sequence is very atmospheric. Even the NPCs don't care that they're in the game.
it's a strange blemish on an otherwise really solid introduction.
This is my first time in combat, and I wasn't ready. I will be next time.
Yeah.
But then, a little later on in the game, there's this golden
That's
period, where the redundant radio calls and uninteresting backtracking through Soul Valley couldn't hold a candle to how much fun I was having. I loved Vault
fun?
Forge, for example.
I'll go back. I want to hear what he says about the Vault Forge. But what fun? I'm really curious to see, because how I'm going to compare it is I'm going to compare it against the first game in the series, and if you're failing to beat the first game in the series, why have you made the game? If the original is superior, why bother? If the game is not fun, why bother?
Couldn't hold a
So,
candle to
why
how
is it
much
fun?
I was having. I loved Vault Forge, for example. It's so
Why?
dark and atmospheric, so eerie yet
What?
beautiful.
What's happening?
You were
Alright, just for clarification, he leads the point by saying, it's so fun. I love Vault Forge because it's atmospheric. That doesn't lead into your point.
work your way down past strange alien machinery, eventually starting up the generator, and all of a sudden it comes to life. The atmosphere
They do this in every single one! God. They do this, literally, in every zone. Maybe not Fury Green. You could argue the mines, but the mines it's just a one-way trip to go down. Vault Forge, you go in, you activate the thing, you go back up the same way. Straight line the entire time. Ice Belt, you go in, you activate the thing, you switch on the facility, you go back up in the straight line the exact same way. You even the flare pool, it's even worse. You activate the thing at the beginning, or you shut it down so it stops cooking the Federation trooper, and then you just proceed through the facility as it's activated. And then you have to go activate other generations, generators, and just go forward. Oh, and then you go back through it as it explodes. That's the backtracking they had to put in, right?
completely shifts as you work your way back up, giving new, interesting, and honestly kind of funny context to the
It's an interesting mechanic, but then again, why are they building bikes? The Le Mans don't seem like the bike users. It doesn't make sense. It's just there. It's just visual slop.
around you. We've seen the same traditional biomes in video games over and over again, and I was so excited to be exploring something as original as an alien motorbike factory.
Oh.
After plenty of
But it doesn't make sense. Okay, we've had stereotypes upon stereotypes. So we got the jungle level, we've got the magma level, we've got the ice level. Oh, it's a nice lab. That was interesting, but then they didn't explore anything with it. Well, they could have had the facility melt, and it's just more grievous. Wow, that's amazing. Why are they dead? Why doesn't it even make sense? Could we not have a moment to warn them? Or not even... The story sucks so bad. It's so bad. You could have done so much with the game, and having the Icebell lab be something... We could have explored other species, other creatures. Not just more Grievers. And I would have been fine with, like, oh, it melts and you can see the Lamorn or the Grievers in the pods. Maybe there's some Lamorn there. Could still be saved. But no, we're just going to go really bleak and boring. It's just so... There's no other words to describe it then. Shit! It's shit! Anyway, I'll go back, let him speak.
Something as original as an alien motorbike factory.
Why are they making motorbikes? I like how you just have to switch your brain off in order to enjoy the game. Metroid, the game that's always been about, alright, go explore. We're not telling you anything. You just explore and understand it from the environmental story cues and telling. I mean, you go, alright, I figure I'll go that way. So we're going to make you the most linear thing ever. I mean, you go, oh, dude, I love the alien motorbike factory, but the one time in the game where you're told, you're told throughout the game not to use your brain, so this makes sense why he hasn't correlated this. Why would the Lamorn be making motorbikes anyways? Especially when they've got teleporter technology. Why is the Vault Forge still active? How? No, seriously, how? How is it still active? How is it, like, it's been millennia since the Lamorn were dead or, turned into Grievers. Anything?
Plenty of teasing you finally get to ride a motorbike of your own, eventually ending up in a test facility that promises your biking skills are going to be put to the test in some kind of amazing flashy sequence later on. And then that's never happened.
But wait, you were fine with the flashy sequence? Again, he's like, I like the flashy sequence. What's the beginning of the game? I like the beginning of the game. Why? Because it's flashy. There's no substance. You just like the things on the screen. We could put the gif of the guy going, just looking at the lights as they're just, look, just, where are they? Where's the keys? I could jingle my keys and just put them up towards them and go, there you go. That's a game. That's a game we've made. Oh, sorry, even better. I'll get you to do it and I'll tell you to do it. That's the game. I will give you the keys and I will say, jingle them. They don't do anything. They just jingle, and I will actively tell you to jingle the keys.
This is a pretty long, drawn-out tutorial too, which does all of this basically just to communicate that you can boost and shoot. And this is where it all
So why is it in the game? There's like no... He's like, oh, right, here's a little bit of issue, but then there's no... Okay, I might be jumping the gun. He might go into like big criticism, or that was the criticism. But why do you even have the bike in the game to begin with, if the only thing you do with the bike is go in the desert? So you have a giant forced tutorial section for getting your driver's license for the bike, learning how to just boost and shoot. And it has no impact on gameplay other than farming these green crystals, which are just there to waste your time. Just to prolong the experience, just to get those runtime hours in. It's so bad.
Parts where the game feels so messy and unfinished, so perfect in one moment but so completely out of touch in the next.
How is it messy and finished though? If the game's super pretty and the visuals are on point, as you say, and it's really cool, how's the game unfinished? Because the game doesn't look unfinished to me. It doesn't look buggy. It's technically, I wouldn't say it's impressive, but it's technically sound. I can't fault it. So the game's finished. The game not being finished isn't an argument here. The game is finished. It's designed to be this way. Alright, let's go for it again.
Learned about Miles McKenzie's annoying, Marvel-esque, quippy dialogue just before launch. A lot of people were reasonably concerned, but personally, I actually wasn't too worried.
This is the exact thing. And you're here to be like, why Metroid Prime 4 failed? And you're giving... I'm 2 minutes in and I've been yapping for ages. I barely touched my food. You're this far in, and you're like, oh yeah, I actually defend that. I was looking forward to... The signs were so obvious here. The signs were obvious with the bike in the desert. Yeah, the Metroid game with the motorbike. Yeah, because why would she want that? Why would she ever use that? And then we've got Miles McKenzie, and you're going, yeah, we want that guy. The guy that will yap to you, even in the trailer, not even just the yapping. We look at in the trailer when he was first shown off, you saw there was a straight bridge that's just combat and escorting this bugger. And it turned out that was the case. So why do you just have a straight bridge with nothing on there? I don't think there's any reason to even revisit the bridge, is there? Is there any items you can pick up? Any loot? Any upgrades? I don't think so. Alright, well, carry on.
I mean, I've played most of the Metroid games, at least a little bit, but I've never been as invested in being fully immersed as I know some of the more hardcore fans are. Plus, while I do like the series, not being
Can you establish, like, I get he's given opinions, but I want him to establish the point and then back it up with what he's going for. So he's like, NPCs are fine. He actually likes it, and he goes, because I don't like immersion so far. Let's carry on, because it's other people find that hardcore.
being a huge superfan means the stakes weren't as high for me. I haven't been waiting with bated breath for the new Metroid Prime game this whole time, and I
Okay.
was sure I could enjoy it even if it wasn't everything the Metroid community had been dreaming of. In fact, I have to be one of the only people in the world who enjoyed Metroid Other M. Obviously these days I can
All right. Could you not see the issues or the reasons why people are criticizing Other M? Why people are criticizing Metroid Prime 3? I'm not saying you can enjoy things. You're allowed to enjoy things. But there's a different scale of design philosophy along with intent behind that design. Other M's design was designed with, or had the intent to, make something interesting and different. It didn't pay off, but they tried. The movement and the gameplay wasn't actually that bad. It was the cutscenes in the story and just the story of you're not allowed to use certain things because a guy said so. It would upset him. Not even that he didn't say so. It's just Sam was like, it would upset him if I didn't get permission. All right. This game, it's designed on purpose to be bad. And you cannot tell me otherwise, because nobody would have played that and gone, yeah, this is good. Nobody would have gone, Metroid Prime Remastered came out, and go, oh, Metroid Prime 4 is better than Remastered. I'm curious if he says that. We'll find out.
see it's a terrible characterization of Samus.
Yes.
Why is she so small? But at the time, I was a child, to be fair. I thought the combat was really fun, and I thought Samus was really hot. I won't lie, 11-year-old me was kind of in love with her after seeing this.
That's still the case. You can still have that opinion. I don't think anyone complained with that. But anyway.
So with that said, I'm familiar with the series, but I clearly don't have the most incredibly high expectations as long as I enjoy the gameplay and visual.
It's not even high expectations. It's just do as good or as better than the original. That's it. It's not a matter of the bar's so high it's impassable. No, it's the bar was set here. Hit here. That's all you gotta do is just hit there. Hit the same level. That's it. That's all that was needed. But they didn't even do that. They didn't even try. The bar was on the other side. They were going for something else entirely. They didn't care. They just didn't try. And the thing was, I want to say they didn't try. They did. They tried actively to make it worse. Because oh, that's what Metroid did? Yeah, we're not even trying that. Woo! We're going to do what? But it's nice, right? This is really nice. No. And they added so much other crap and just pushed it further down. I have no idea. Yeah, it's like the bar has actually gone and just pushed downwards.
And yet, I don't think I like Metroid Prime 4. Possibly as a result of its excruciatingly long development.
Wait, go back. I want to hear that again. Go back.
High expectations, as long as I enjoy the gameplay and visuals. And yet, I don't think I like Metroid Prime 4. Possibly as a result of its excruciating.
Why does he jump to that? He goes, I don't like Metroid Prime 4. And then instantly goes to the defense of, oh, because it's taken so long to develop. Don't get me wrong, long development cycles are stupid as well. It's just like short development cycles. You need a balance between them. We're going to delay the game ad infinitum. No, that's not good. Duke Nukem Forever. But this is, I'd say this is worse than Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem came out dated. This came out worse. I don't get it.
Long development time. It feels like something a skilled team carefully crafted, only for a clueless executive to walk in the room demanding they add a literal empty desert to pad the game length.
That could be the case, though. I agree with that point. So, hands down, good job. Well, I say good job. I agree with that. I'm not going to bash. It could just generally be Nintendo higher-ups, like, especially with the whole, I think, was it Capcom who originally had the Metroid Prime 4 license and were working on it? So, it could have been Nintendo came in when we don't like what this is doing because Breath of the Wild has been too successful. Bring it up to Breath of the Wild, add more open world design, at the shrines and stuff. And then that's why we made it like that. And then do dungeons like Breath of the Wild. Yeah. The more I
and
think
not
about
so
it, the worse
lovable
it is.
side characters to tell you what you just saw. Thank you, Miles. I did notice that, actually. The worst part about these
How is that not infuriating to you? You're just like, oh yeah, and it's they just tell me what's no, it's worse than that. Like this would drive you angry, right? To be mocked and basically, because it's not just Miles. Yeah, I'm angry. I'm angry at the devs because the devs put Miles in and wrote Miles that way and wrote or just coded him to interact that way. To say, right, when X thing happens, have Miles explain this thing that happened to you. Yes, I have a brain. I can understand cause and effect. Like that. Why are you playing games otherwise? This caters to no market. I'm 3 minutes in.
characters is that they only serve to detract from the experience.
Yes.
Adding absolutely nothing of value.
Yes.
And trust me, our friend Miles here is far from the worst. You know what?
I
Giving
thought you
game-
said he. Oh, so what? I thought you said he didn't finish the game. Is that not the ending? Well, I'm saying the rest. He's saying Miles isn't the worst, which there is issues with the other characters, but purely because Miles keeps interrupting your gameplay and telling you where to go, and just not letting you explore or have a moment to yourself. That's what makes him the worst. Otherwise, it'd be the girl. I'm guessing he's going to go with the girl. He's going to go with Armstrong. Let's bet. Let's bet.
of value. And trust me, our friend Miles here is far from the worst. You know what? Giving games a way to ask for advice if you're stuck is actually not a terrible idea in my opinion. Does it make progression
Was you just saying he's not the
rewarding?
worst from like other games in comparison? Well, why is he in the game? You can't. I hope he doesn't go down the route of going, well, Miles isn't that bad compared to other games which have these types of characters in, because those characters do it worse. They're bad in both games. Why are they there in the first place? All right, let's see.
Probably. But ultimately, if someone's stuck and they just want to move on, this makes the game far less frustrating. In my time with Metroid Prime 4 though, despite their
Have the radio then. Just let you the player, manually do it. Not him just intrude upon your experience. That's all you have to do then.
constant nagging, I
Or
don't
just
think
don't have him in the game to begin with. Do him like how Dread did it. Where he came across the Adam bits and he didn't actually need to do them, but even then, the way Adam said it didn't directly tell you where to go. He was pretty good. Just play Dread. Just play it.
they
Sorry.
actually helped me a single time. Rather, it was like a group of babies would constantly follow me around and babble in my ear as I'd be forced to protect them and wait
Yes.
for them to stop fucking around so I could move forward.
Okay, so he is angry at this.
Mackenzie, I have the chip that you
Oh, he's bringing it up. He's bringing it up. Nice.
just told me to bring here. Okay, something's...
Oh.
I see something's happening here.
Oh.
Is this funny?
Metroid. Yeah, see, exactly. Play Metroid Dread instead.
That's
The guy
pretty funny.
agreed.
Can we can I give you the chip and can I move forward with the game? I don't really care about this. I can't.
actually
I
added
actually don't
this
care about
up
this at all,
as well.
please. Okay, we're moving on. Okay,
Experience for me, because I don't know whether to take B-roll first or background footage and then talk over it. Or I talk, then I get background footage. It's like a balance between the two.
here's the. I have the chip
Welcome back,
that you
Samus.
wanted.
Found
Yes,
a new chip,
yes.
right? Let me see it.
Okay,
I'd love to see
Plus,
the
he
chip
actually played the game, so you can get
Okay.
the clips. So I can't.
okay. Go over to the table. No rush. No rush. It's not like we're stuck on an alien planet. Okay, come
It's a
on.
tutorial. It is
Go to
open.
the table.
Oh
How
yes,
long
it is
this
much more
gonna
interesting.
take?
Why can't we have
Took
that
me
in
5
this game?
hours to get here to begin with. Okay, he's at the table. He's at the table. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, let's move forward. Okay, let me talk. Oh, and straight into another cutscene. Okay. No one looking at this scenery needs Miles Mackenzie to remind them there's a huge, impressive-looking tree in
Yep,
the distance.
that's
And
it.
in fact, when I did stop for a moment to take it all in, he ran towards a pack of enemies and started dying, completely removing my ability to appreciate the very thing they used him to highlight.
So why have him in the game to begin with? Let the players have eyes and brains of their own to explore and experience the game. That's the issue. This is... The devs literally have zero trust in the players, the audience. It's awful. Alright.
Solving puzzles to progress is a core element of Metroid, but on multiple occasions I approached something that looked new and interesting, only for the NPCs to immediately solve it for me in a desperate attempt to justify their existence.
Yep.
What about this is supposed to be fun? It's just a standard door with extra steps.
Sell me on the fun. You're still yet to prove anything that's fun with this game. You went, I had fun in it. All right. You've just been saying why the game sucks. I'm still waiting. I mean, I am like a quarter of the way through. I've spent 25 minutes on
And as the player, my engagement with those extra steps is that I get to wait for these guys to do something. The game has so little faith in the player's short-term memory, it starts to make you question how old they think
need to break
Metroid's target demographic actually are. It tells you to collect the Master Teleporter keys, you collect a Master Teleporter key, and the game tells you you've collected a Master Teleporter key, and then Miles phones you to tell you you've collected a Master Teleporter.
Yeah. Also, keep in mind, you got a Master Teleport key. They have teleporters! Is that not stupid?
Key. And this keeps happening throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
It never trusts you to learn anything. Wow, Mario, you just grabbed a power star. These can help you open doors so you can defeat Bowser and save the princess. Yeah, thanks. I'm like 20 hours into the game.
Yep.
I think I get it. Early on, when it seems like you're finally getting some freedom, you make your way to the volcano level, only to hit a roadblock like 5 seconds in.
Late in the
Then you
game, this is at the beginning! This is literally the beginning. This is as soon as you leave Fury. No, it's not. It's as soon as you leave Vault Forge. Oh god, that's how bad this game is. When the game opens up is when you do Vault Forge. So you do the tutorial, you do Fury Green, you do Vault Forge. All these things are linear, they're mandatory. You can't skip them. You have to do each of these. And by that point in the game, people are like, please God, just let me play the game. And then you get hit by this. And you can't play. You're forced to go to the flare pool just to pick up this thing.
Up an item which it wants you to take back to Miles.
Yep.
At this stage, I genuinely couldn't believe it wanted me to already
Sell me on the fun. You open this with, it's not that bad. It's fun.
leave and backtrack through the desert again, so I figured I'd call him on the radio just to confirm, but it turns out when you actually want help, he's unavailable.
Yep.
So I was like, okay fine, I'll
That's
take
what
the stupid
Metal
chip
found out
back
as
to
well.
stupid Miles, and only after you make that decision, he then calls you on the radio to reiterate that you should take the stupid chip to
Genius.
stupid Miles. And then the game demands you stop in your tracks to open the map. where
Yep,
it
you can
slowly
actually
holds
ignore
your
that, but
hands
next
to
time you open
remind
your
of
map, when that icon goes off, it'll do this anyway.
Location you were
Which is
just
great.
in, which it does over and over and over again.
Yep.
This game is obsessed.
Wait, I'm
with
gonna take that. Can I have that
fine,
as
I'll take
B-roll?
the
Cheers,
stupid
man.
chip back to stupid Miles.
I'll probably
and
do it
only
myself.
after you make that decision.
No! Alright, let's get that off. Sorry. I want
On the
the...
radio just to confirm, but it
map
turns out when you actually want help, he's unavailable.
say that, but I'm not recording
So I
this
was
anyways,
like,
I'll do it
okay,
later.
fine, I'll take
Wait,
the stupid
what am I
chip
doing?
back to stupid Miles, and only after you make that
like 6 minutes
decision,
in.
he then calls you on the radio to reiterate that you should take the stupid chip to stupid Miles. And then the game demands you stop in your tracks to open the map, where it slowly holds your hand to remind you of a
Yep.
location you were just in, which it does over and over and over again.
Still
This
waiting
game
for the
is
fun.
obsessed with giving you advice, but only when it's the
It's not
least
advice!
helpful it could
How is this advice? This is commands! He tells you where to go. It's not advice. Most people are like, alright, I already know where to go. Though he actually lies to you and says you can go anywhere. It's up to you what order you do in it. No, it's not up to you at all. Yeah, that's a lie. If the game didn't lie, it wouldn't be that bad. I see. It wouldn't have been as, I wouldn't be as harsh. But that one bit. It's bad. It's bad. So, yeah. I lost my train of thought.
Not to mention, Samus used to just install these types of things herself.
Yeah.
Kind of ironic this is the game where you have average Joes constantly drawling over the thought of meeting the legendary, strong, independent Samus. But
Yeah.
this version of her is completely reliant on some random nerd she'd be screwed without.
It's about to get
Yeah.
real.
Other people brought this up and I completely forgot. So in my recording, I didn't talk about it. The plot is dependent on these bozos because now you need Mackenzie in order to install your weapon upgrades. Along with the stupid robot that... Everything's not needed in this game. This game is just nonsensical. If you cut parts of the game out, oh, it won't function without this guy, then I could just cut the entire game and the entire plot and go, this is a better experience. That's the wildest thing you could do, is to go, if I cut, you're like, oh, it's either all or nothing. And if I'm like, well, nothing is better than all. What an experience that is. All is worse than nothing.
Nerdy in here.
Now, to be fair, I don't think reminding the player what they've done is always a bad thing. If I had just booted up the game after a break,
Yeah.
I'd be more than happy for Mackenzie to give me a quick recap and get me back into things.
Why not have that
I
in
mean,
the loading
interest of
screen?
immersion,
Or just look on your thing, yeah. Alright, I'll go back. You might talk about it. If you just go onto your menu and go, oh, what have I done here? Check the map. Alright, now I know where it is.
more than happy for Mackenzie to give me a quick recap and get me back into things. I mean, in the interest of immersion, it could just as easily be a log that you read, but again, I'm less of a purist when it comes to this stuff.
He gives the answer and goes, well, I don't personally like that. You just gave the answer, bro. How do I find out what my progression is? I open my book and I go, oh, that's what I've done. It's like going into a quest log in the game. Oh, I've just done that quest. All right. Instead of being, because we're in the era of, go here, here's the ping, there's the thing on the map, go there. That's what I'm saying, doing the loading screen, if you really want, do it like Cyberpunk did, where they had in-universe reasons of telling what's happening or events that occurred in the world because of your actions. Maybe do something like that. I don't know if I would like it, but that's better than what you offered. I don't want it.
Just isn't what's happening here, though. You're treating the player as if you have zero faith they're paying any...
Yes! It's not zero faith, they're paying the player zero respect?
attention, and actively punishing those who are by constantly nagging them and wasting time. And speaking of
This whole
wasting
game. Alright, come on.
time, every time you make your way back to Miles, you have to traverse the Soul Desert, which just means going in a straight line for the most part. This place is a perfect example of open worlds done wrong. It's padding for the
Yes.
sake of padding, with
Yes.
essentially no meaningful gameplay.
So where's the fun?
On top of being probably the least visually interesting area Metroid Prime 4 has to offer.
We've been here so
If you
long
want
and he
a
said
good
it was
way of
fun at the beginning,
simulating the
and
Soul
he
Desert
still hasn't
experience
justified
without
it.
buying the game, take the generic desert level from Sonic Frontiers,
Yeah, that sucked as
turn
well.
off the music, delete every platform, and then walk around slowly. That's
No,
basically
actually,
it.
Sonic's better
And
because it actually had geometry. It actually had landscapes and multiple elevation points. It just still sucked. It looked like it was rushed, and it had no idea what its direction was. God, Frontiers was awful. What is happening with Sonic? Can I have a good Sonic game, please? Oh, we had Child Generations. That's a DLC for a game that's is it 15 years old or 13? I think it's 13. If it's 2012 it came out. Was it 2010? It might have been 2010. Good. Yeah, that was probably one of the greatest Sonic games we've had. Fuck me.
Not like
the
this
industry
game
is
is
doing
an
so
open
bad.
world Metroid Prime with fully interconnected stages or something like that. The desert
Yeah.
is the hub that connects everything, but
Yep.
it's not actually really connected to anything.
Yeah.
Each area has their own entrance, which can be pretty drawn out
Yep.
and boring. It gets extremely repetitive after a while. I'm the kind of person who pretty much
a
never
boring
uses
hub world.
fast travel. I feel like it often breaks the flow of the game, and I'd expect an open world to give me cool things to find, or
Yeah.
at least nice visuals and music along the way. Here though, I was absolutely desperate for a fast travel option, but you never
Where's
get
the
one.
defense? You said earlier it's fun. And I'm hearing nothing but criticism, and good on you. Honestly, respect. But where's the oomph? You're like, this thing's good.
Every single time you go from one area to another, you need to go through the lengthy process of leaving, crossing the desert, and then going back through the entrance for the 100th time. Not to mention,
How is this
most of
good?
the time you need to make a detour to base camp in the middle of this.
Yep.
which
Which
has
is
its own-
mandatory. It's not. Can we please establish that this detour was designed to be mandatory, not a. Oh, you want to make a detour? No, the game forces you every time you get a weapon upgrade, you got to bring the chip back. There's periods as well that you got to go back just for story reasons. Then yeah, dumping the crystals, but at least that's something you could argue. Oh, you could do that at any point, and then maybe detour yourself there. There's other times where you're just going to meet the NPCs and stuff. Oh, what about getting the robot parts? You got to find the guy in the desert.
lengthy entrance and exit. If I could jump between areas, or at the very least if base camp was in the center,
just have a
this could
teleport.
have easily been
But
a
then at that point,
non-issue.
what's the point of
But
playing the game? Story-wise, what's the point of playing the game if you had a teleport?
as it stands, this is some of the most boring, repetitive backtracking I've ever experienced in
Yes.
such a short game.
So why are you
None of
defending
this is
it?
helped by the lack of
Well, he's
music
not
in the desert
defending
either.
the backtracking. I'm just saying what originally opened his statement was something like, "Oh, I still find fun in it," and then people saying that there's no. It was around literally here, 10 seconds in. People who say, was it 10? Maybe 20? No, it might have been before that. Saying his attack was, or his claim, that people who are criticizing the game and saying there's nothing of value here are wrong. And I'm asking, what is there of value? He said he could be immersive, but then he said, oh, it takes him out the immersion. Okay. And then maybe the very opening with, oh, it's nice. And then he said fun before we hit Vault Forge, which was literally a minute in. And he's like, oh, it's fun. And then just goes on to say, oh, Vault Forge made me feel immersive because it's an alien bike factory. What?
Game
How's
with
that
such
fun?
an atmospheric soundtrack overall, it's so awkwardly quiet here. Okay, yes, there is technically music, but it's so subtle and quiet you basically can't hear it after a while. Say what you will about Hyrule Field, at least the music was always awesome. And speaking of Zelda, you could
Are we gonna bring up the amiibo then? Is he doing it?
argue they're trying to do some kind of Breath of the Wild style immersive sound design, but that's just
Reactionary?
really not the case. While traversing, all you hear is motorbike sounds.
Yep.
While exploring, all you hear is motorbike sounds. While fighting enemies, all you hear is motorbike sounds. There's this giant sand
Enemies.
boss, and all you hear is motorbike sounds. Like,
Oh, there's
come
no music
on.
for even that. That's really bad. But do you want to bring up the elephant in the room then? Like, I feel like there's a big one for that. Bring it up. Come on. Where's the receipts?
How can one game be so polished in one moment and then so unfinished in another?
It's not unfinished. It's not. We know it's not. You can't be serious. You have to bring it up. This is insane. This has to be insane. You cannot bring up that this is unfinished. When the amiibo exists, we know it's designed with intent. It's not unfinished. It's technically there. I'm not meaning like, oh, technically is that, oh, it's not there. No. It is polished. This game is polished. It's designed to be this way.
Clearly they knew this was an issue because
Thank
you
you.
can spend an extortionate amount on plastic to unlock
It wasn't clearly it was an issue. This isn't... How have you derived? You have such good faith in Nintendo. What is this? How are you defending it? How can you say it's clearly an issue? It's not an issue. That we solved it by putting the music with the amiibo? That's not how it worked. The music was there to begin with. They just went, we'll block it with an amiibo.
music. There are claims you can also do this by scanning everything
No.
in the game, but this doesn't seem to be actually true.
Thank you, at
Rather, you
least
can
with that.
unlock additional music, not the ability to play it to begin with. And
Okay, good. That's actually really good. Respect to you.
even if this was true, you'd be playing the entire game before getting it, so
Yeah, and that's the other logic. It's like, well, to unlock the music anyway, you've had to 100%, like, fully done the game, so there's no reason to even replay it, because you've 100%ed it. But anyway.
what would even be the point?
Yep.
Now, I'd be lying if I said there's no content in the desert whatsoever.
Yeah, so he glazed it over. He said the reason why the amiibo exists was to fix the issue that there's no music in the desert, not the logic of they took the music out the desert to put it in with the amiibo, because that's the reality of it.
Few shrines with short but fun puzzles, and I actually liked these a lot, although I don't see a particular reason they couldn't have just been part of the other levels. By a few, I mean 6, and by short, I mean like 1 minute max, so it's
Yeah.
really not a lot. You spend more
That's a weird one. So with the shrines, I'm not saying they're good, but this is the thing. They've probably had the most. This is so weird to say this. They had the most like design time sunk into it because it required you to have a puzzle involved. Seriously, think about it. How many other in all the other zones? What puzzles are there? Because most of them are just like go there, and then you instantly complete it. Go there, instantly complete. And it's like do certain thing. Oh, door is locked. Robot, go open the door. That's it. All right, cool. That's that mechanic done. Oh, there's a grapple there. Go grapple it. That's the length of it. Maybe there's a little bit more in the mines. There's some puzzling. I think there's a rolly ball. You're in the ball. You're in the top. You've got to rotate pipes along. So when you can roll through it, get onto the other side, rotate the pipes, come back through and get. I think it's an E tank. But these shrines, I'd say, have more design effort than any other section. Like, I don't know if they gave these like interns and said, all right, here you go, and enjoy it, and they actually produced better stuff. Like the spider ball room, but it needed more dev time. I said it didn't need it; just needed refinement, not more time. Just need someone to go, all right, here's the feedback, work on that. But that wasn't the
more
case.
time slowly opening all these psychic doors than you actually do on the puzzles most of the time. There's occasional enemies in the desert, but ultimately
agree on
these
that.
just serve to make
That's an issue. Oh, we're going into this. Wait, pointless enemies. All right. But yeah, that's an issue as well with the psychic powers, is that what do we do with it? That's it. And can you use it on enemies? That'd be stick, right? Like, you could lift up enemies and then, like, crush them or, like, throw them. Force and Lee style? No. No. Psychic's just nothing. It's a nothing burger. It's just a marketing ploy. Terrible one as well, because, like, why is psychic abilities in a Metroid game?
on the puzzles most of the time. There's occasional
I just want to say I hate this game. Like, I can't get over this game exists. I genuinely think it's one of the worst. Like, developments, not developments. I don't know how to describe it. This is worse than Duke Nukem Forever. And people really hate it on that game. And I remember playing it. I actually enjoyed it though. Because it actually gave you agency. You could do things on that. You could have fun. It had bad moments. But at least I could have fun with it. This, I'm still waiting for him to explain what's fun. For me, I'm like, I can't see it being fun. Why would I spend money on this?
Enemies in the desert, but ultimately these just serve to make your time here slightly more inconvenient and annoying than it already was.
No,
which
it wasn't.
discouraged me
I get, yes, that's what it comes across as, but they put the enemies in the desert on the bike specifically and designed them for the bike to give you something to do as you travel across this giant empty desert. And I'm not even joking, because you can walk across the desert, and if you don't use the bike, enemies don't spawn. So it's tied to, if you use the bike, enemies spawn. Therefore, here's content to do while you're on the bike, so you're not bored from just driving in a straight line. And even then, you can just ignore the enemies.
from exploring
You got the Oats and Goats clip for that. Anyway, we'll go back, sorry.
here slightly more inconvenient and annoying than it already was,
Where's the
which
fun?
discouraged me from exploring the occasional Galactic Federation debris you'll come across,
These aren't enemies, though, that spawn on the bike. Those were actual enemies for
especially
that
since
area.
there was rarely anything worthwhile in them to begin with.
True.
Later in the game you'll realize
It's
these
really bad.
sites aren't really here for you to explore as you come across them, but more so just landmarks that have been plopped in the map for the sake of a tedious fetch quest
Yep.
you'll be sent on to pad out the ending of the game.
Yep.
Samus, go and find all the big robots.
It's just there to expand your time and waste your time. I say expand. Expand the gameplay time and waste your player time. Your time in general. Yeah, just waste
parts
time.
for the rest of us
It's
to stand
disgusting.
around and do nothing. We've discovered teleportation technology, so we're going to use all of it on transportation.
Yeah, not to leave the planet. Oh, we're going to use it to get the mech together. What? They can only use 6 times and make, yeah. Why not just use it on the people? How many characters are there? 6.
Right now, instead of using this big truck that we apparently have. Samus, I've detected you're looking at the debris and moving towards it, so I'm here to remind you that you're looking at the debris and should move towards it.
Yep.
This was the point I completely gave up, and
Damn, I'm still waiting for the fun. He had, like, the only fun he had was he liked the Vault Forge because he switched the facility on. And it is a bike station. That's the reason why you should play the game, by the way. That's the value. That is the reason. You said it.
I'll be honest, I just used a guide. So keep in mind if this looks like
What? Go back. You used a guide.
debris and moving towards it, so I'm here to remind you that you're looking at the debris and should move
What?
towards it. This was the point I completely gave up, and I'll be honest, I just used a guide. So keep
What guide? What for? Why would you need a guide for this game? What? Was it for farming the crystals? The crystals. What? If it's the crystals, sure, but then you just complete the game. So complete up until the final boss bit. Get the super bomb power bombs, destroy a few asteroids, go back, deposit them, get the scanner, and yeah.
in mind if this looks like boring padding, I'm actually cheating and taking the fastest possible route to exactly where I had to go. There was
That is vile, though.
absolutely no way
The
I
fact
would
you
have
have to-
kept playing if I had to explore the entire map again. And I probably would have just quit the game right here if
Why
I
didn't
knew
you?
my reward for finishing this section would be for this fucking guy to insist I haven't collected enough green crystals.
Oh, wait,
I'm
so you
not
did
kidding.
complete the game? Or get to the mines, then, right? Because they only say that after you've done the mines.
I always collected these things when I was traveling from one place to the next, but despite how much this desert had
This is
already
disgusting.
overstayed its welcome, I only had a quarter of the green crystals required to
That's
move
bad.
forward. So I spent
No,
about
not
an
like bad on him. That's more. What? I just don't get how people are defending this. This is wild. It's so wild. Here is random thing that has no relevance to the plot. Anything. It's a MacGuffin. It's a MacGuffin. We don't care. Farm it ad infinitum, and then you can finish the game. How do you get it? You go around an empty desert that we've crafted solely for this game that is not enjoyable, and you just ram into them. Just grind crystals in order to experience the ending of the game, and the payoff is so bad. You're like, why the fuck did I waste my time on this? That's the
Hour
vibe. That's
roaming
why
the
this
desert
game is
doing this.
genuinely evil. It's genuinely evil.
same
Fuck this
thing
game.
over and over again, occasionally making the arduous journey back to base camp to offer them to the memory seed for some upgrades, ranging from pretty useful things like an improved shot and a barrier to garbage
Useful? Go back. What? What's useful?
for some upgrades, ranging from pretty useful things like an improved shot and a barrier to
The barrier is when you fully complete the thing. That's when you get your suit. After getting every crystal in the game. That's how you get your barrier. So, increasing the shot. Alright, sure. That one's kind of useful, but why is that locked behind green crystal collection? And then he's going to say this one sucks. And again, yes, because it should have been mandatory in the first place. Where maybe you could have it where you could control the acceleration and deceleration by having accelerate on the right stick, decelerate on the left as you're controlling it and steering it. And that would have made it so much better. Because it's already, apparently, it's bad. And from watching gameplay, I think it looks terrible to control.
garbage like a speed buff for a mechanic I used 5 times total, all of which before I got the upgrade,
Yep.
and a scanner to find more green crystals.
Yep.
Yay. I mean,
Yep.
it does make the grind a little easier,
Lots
but
fun.
making mindless,
Still waiting.
unfun busy work slightly faster as a reward for having already done 75% of the mindless, unfun busy work that shouldn't even be in the game to begin with isn't something I'm going to celebrate.
Please
And
sell
how
me
does
on the
this
game.
fucking guy even know I'm supposed to be feeding the green crystals to the memory
Yeah,
seed to begin
isn't that
with?
weird?
This was
That the plot just is nonsensical. Like, even characters just know things that they shouldn't. Shit. Alright.
communicated only to Samus, the Chosen One, way before we even saved him, and it's not like he can morph ball to get over there.
Oh, the NPC. I think we meant to save the alien. When you find that out, woo.
But that brings me to this guy, Sergeant Duke, and along with his sidekick Armstrong, they work together to make the latter half of this
I like how before you start, he's like, Mackenzie's not even the worst, and then we had nothing from that. We had no. Oh, but so maybe now he's going to bring him up. This guy's actually the worst. Let's see. Unless if he was really referring to, well, Mackenzie's not the worst because we've had worse characters in other games that do this. Well, why you got any of these? Get him out.
game as unbearable as possible. While our friend Miles is annoying, he sat around in base camp for
He's
99%
really going for Duke. He's really going for the black guy. Ballsy. That's ballsy.
of the
Red
game
Velvet
and
Cake?
doesn't follow you around after the first section. He's cringe, but he's proud to be cringe, and you know what? He is at least genuinely entertaining.
No. No. No, he's not. Shut up.
Even if completely ironically and in a way that serves to make the game worse. So
What? He's generally entertaining because he makes the game worse? Was it ironically as well? Bro, come on, man. That's not a defense. This game sucks so bad that his existence makes it more enjoyable because of how bad his performance is. It elevates the game to a different level. When no, it's just, if you just remove him from the game, it'd just be better. So it's not he's oh my god, it's just, I don't know what it is. Death by comparison, death by association. It's stupid.
win. And this guy's fine
No.
too, because at least he is completely forgettable. Once these two were introduced, the
Yep. That's why people are, oh, you got the religious guy, religious sniper. He has no characters, so it's he had the most character development, and yet he has no character. Yep.
game only goes downhill. Don't get me wrong, cool things happened, but I got so annoyed and bored of the characters it became a complete slog, and I started paying less and less attention to anything that was happening, just out of self-preservation really.
What's good
Samus,
about it?
I need to turn the generator off, but I can't figure out the computer. Dude, I feel like I'm showing my mom how to change the input on the TV for the millionth time. Aren't these guys supposed to be like cool space soldiers or something?
Yeah.
But okay, I guess these are magical
Why are they
pieces
incompetent?
of technology only Samus can
But that's not the case. We know. Please bring it up in the exact same level. How Duke uses the hand technology.
space
Please.
soldiers or something. But okay, I
Please.
guess these are magical pieces of technology only Samus can interface with, as indicated by the llama on hand. Wait,
Oh, thank
how's
you.
he doing
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
that? After you save Duke, he decides to follow you around, spouting useful quips like, something just happened, and,
Yep.
oh great, more lava in
They all do that. Maybe not Takebi, whatever his name is. Miles does the same thing. He literally said before, oh look, a big tree. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
the lava level. and just generally being a nuisance by getting in my way and making me wait for him to catch up.
It's the same thing with McKitsy! Come on, the bridge section. You can't defend. Oh, well, at least he's likable. Because he makes ironic quips. This guy does the same!
Samus, you may need to find a new upgrade and come back to open that door, since this is a Metroidvania.
That's also what Mackenzie
game,
does.
Part of the core
How about we
gameplay
go
loop of
that
the
way later?
Metroidvania
Have you
game
checked your map? Have you checked that room looks pretty important? Ah! Have you tried using missiles at it? No, you don't remember those?
is getting upgrades and then backtracking to open up new areas, as I'm sure you know considering you're more than halfway through this Metroidvania game. Then you and
You call it a Metroidvania game? I'd like to see why.
Duke finally make your way to Armstrong, and she's like, oh my god, it's Samus from the video game Metroid. Oh my god, she's going more full road, you guys. No wait, that's Super Mario, and he just did his patented super jump. Despite the fact we know Samus is...
Why did it chuckle me? I'll give him credit on the editing. The amount of edits he had to do. Damn, I'm gonna have to up my game. What am I supposed to talk about? Like, I gotta like hit hard on this. Like, what's his view count first of all? Whoa, that's a lot. The members first, okay. I say a lot. For me, I'm like, that's a lot. I kind of want to like it. Damn, did he have much stuff before this? I just want to have a quick check. Oh, he did. Damn, it's got a lot. Decent amount. But I mean, 4K view, subs is good. And then graphics, nice. Okay. It's the Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon really hit. This year of attacking Nintendo. Woo! Anyway. Let's go on here. I need to do well-edited video. What on earth am I gonna do? I have no idea how I'm gonna do my video.
Is fully capable of talking and has done so in the past. She just chooses not to with these guys.
Yep.
I mean, she absolutely should be the John Wick type, only speaking when absolutely necessary. But after listening to...
Yeah, but so why did they add... I imagine he's going to go into it. So why add instances where she has to talk, or else she looks retarded? Or just so autistic?
10 minutes of yapping, she answers pretty specific and important questions by simply pointing at things. It's kind of funny. She's normally silent because she's alone, but here it's more like Samus just doesn't respect these guys enough to respond, even though the story clearly wants to imply otherwise. It's not wrong to actively avoid an other M situation where I think they were trying to humanize Samus, only to strip her of her actual personality in favor of being the director's ideal girlfriend, which of course would never work on me. But the lack of any back and forth means Samus has very little involvement in the game's dialogue, despite how constant it is. The reason I started to hate these two so much is because, unlike Miles, who quickly found a computer and then spent the rest of the
thing is, they did it in Metroid Prime 3, and they had way more... Well, she had way more personality in it. From being silent and reacting to people. Also, it took me like 50 minutes to finish my food. Wild. Let's play. Again, the editing. I will give this guy credit. I need to learn some tricks from him. To see if there's any like courses for learning how to edit.
Game scrolling on Reddit or something, and this guy who never did anything, Duke and Armstrong refused to leave you alone, insisting on being involved in every single fight. And don't get it twisted, just because these two jokers follow you around and shoot things does not mean they're helpful in battle. Yeah. In fact, anytime
that's any of them. That's not just come on. Why are we attacking these guys so much? I mean, don't get me wrong, like, none of them are good. But people like, oh, the robot's pretty cool. When I saw the trailers, oh, the robot could be cool. I've been seeing him in game, like, no, I don't like it. Its existence annoys me. There's better, cooler robots. You could have done it so much better. If you had a robot companion, that would have made more sense as well if Samus didn't interact as much. Okay. I just, everything about this game, I just hate, I despise it.
To making progress. This game isn't hard at all, at least on normal difficulty.
Sorry, we'll go back, because I didn't hear. Give me a bit. I'm actually full of rage at this game.
Battle. In fact, anytime they're involved in a fight, they probably become your biggest barrier to making progress. This game isn't hard at all, at least on normal difficulty, but having to constantly revive NPCs who stand in front of enemies because you will get a game over if...
Oh, that's so upsetting. So it's... Is there any way to identify from far away that those are suicide grievers? So I don't think there is, right? It's very hard to tell, especially in the heat at the moment. They got the same silhouette. I think they glow green when they get near you, and then that's when they blow up anyway. So if you kill them, yeah, which
Having
is...
to constantly revive NPCs who stand
Oh,
in
they
front
do
of
glow
enemies
green.
because you will get
And
to game
yep, that's it. But how fast he came up and just detonated, that's so unfortunate.
over if they die, is when I always took the most damage.
So he did complete the game, alright. Yep.
This is a huge contributor towards the game getting more and more graining as it goes on, with these NPCs insisting on being involved all the time towards the end.
They're involved in each one. It's just Vault Forge, you're free of it. The intro, you're free. Vault Forge, you're free. Pretty much most of Ice, whatever it's called, Ice Lab, Ice Belt, you're free because the sniper's like, oh, I broke my leg, I gotta stay here. Alright. And then you have to protect him at the very end. And then after that, it continues as normal from the Mackenzie line. It's just, he's kind of forgot. It's like, oh, because you're free of it for so long after Mackenzie, you see these guys and go, oh, it's the worst. Because it's consistent. They stay with you consistently from this point of the game.
Only to be nothing but a hindrance. Except the robot, he actually is kind of cool and can do things Samus wouldn't be able to on her own. Unfortunately,
It's so dumb, though, the logic. He can't do it. Why? Why can't I blow that up with a super missile, with a power bomb? I know, it's like, oh, you get that later, though. You could have designed the game so you got that at another point, and then you come back there and do it. And that's how you get the spider bomb. And especially when you go and get him, he's just there.
we don't see much of him though. After everyone meets up to tackle the last big area together,
Oh my god, there's so much left.
these two
I don't know how I
heroically
would script my
sacrifice
video because
themselves
there's
to
so
hold
much
the enemy while
both to go
Samus
over,
and
and I don't know what else I could add. That's the issue with this game.
these fucking guys move ahead. After refusing to shut up for a while, Duke heroically sacrifices himself to hold off the enemy while Samus and this fucking guy move ahead. Then you find this pretty
It's the girl. So, don't know why I had to correct that. Like, it's a girl. So it's not a guy. Alright. So can we please talk about that? How he sacrificed himself to stop the grievers who can dig. And so many other people actually saw this as well. But as soon as I saw this, I was like, what? And I'm already like connecting dots. The sacrifice makes no sense. Anyway, what does he say?
awesome piece of machinery to break through the rock, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Only to realize, of course, I wouldn't be operating it. Armstrong does that. While
We're
you
going to skip over how the sacrifice was meaningless, even with it being a fake out.
protect her again. And then Armstrong heroically sacrifices herself to hold off the enemy while Samus moves ahead.
She doesn't! It's not a heroic sacrifice! It's so stupid! A sacrifice would imply she's doing something useful or helpful. She's not. She's just committing suicide. She doesn't sacrifice anything. Oh, she blocks the wall. They can just dig. It's so bad.
This one doesn't even make sense. She had plenty of time to try and jump through if
They all did make sense.
she thought she was going to die regardless. It's the rocks holding them off, not you.
It wasn't the rocks. They can dig.
Then you meet up with the robot again, and then he heroically sacrifices himself to hold off the enemy while Samus
No,
moves.
he doesn't. He just yeets you. He doesn't even like sacrifice. He just sits there on the. At least his makes more sense, but because it's like, oh, he could yeet you over the chasm. It's so bad. Everything about this is so bad. Like we complained of the plot at the very beginning of the game, and when the people endured it, get this. That's what's amazing.
Ahead. Again. Well, that's like, what, 37 hero sacrifices in the past 15 minutes, with
Alright.
one of them being a repeat? Let me guess,
Yeah,
they're all
it was
magically
bad.
completely fine, aren't they? What's even weirder is that the first time you meet Duke and Armstrong, you're in a facility that's about to explode, and Duke leaves Samus to die with absolutely zero hesitation, assuming she'll just be fine somehow. And I
Well,
mean,
yeah, you kind of make a point, but I think they do trust her. Cause like, yeah, you're a legendary bounty hunter. You're Samus. He does say that. He's like, man, High Command wouldn't send someone like you after me, would they? And then the other girl's fangirling out. So I guess both of them, writers logic-wise, is they're like, oh, we trust Samus. She's the hero. We know she'll be fine. That's what they're going with. So
I guess the game does just
I'm not-
cut to her
I'm just explaining what the writers were intending.
being fine somehow, so he was right. Could have been fun to play as Samus as she narrowly escapes death, but
Yeah. So we just skip it straight after. Man, Samus, you're gonna have to risk getting out of here. And it just cuts to her getting out there. All right, cool.
whatever, I guess. I have to assume this is supposed to
Like, you don't explain it, but yeah, for people who didn't play the game, that's what happens. He's just like, yeah. It would have been nice
some
showing the
kind of
cutscene.
arc where the characters learn to appreciate Samus as they work together, to the point they're willing to sacrifice themselves for her. But they already made it extremely clear everyone is very familiar with Samus and have the utmost respect for her from the start.
There you go, you see the exact things. And then that...
I don't really understand this. Using a trope or two is fine, but you can't have a hero
Again, it's like, oh, we can use a trooper. No, just don't do it at all. Like, it shouldn't be here. It shouldn't be in this game. Why is it even in the game to begin with? Take it out the game. Alright.
sacrifice every 10 seconds.
No.
Seriously.
It's Metroid. Don't have sacrifices, it sucks. I want to be the one to solve it. Samus has done enough things, she can handle it, alright? Stop with the sacrifice, it's so dumb.
Once you make it out of the mine and grind
Sacrificing is such an annoying concept now. Like, oh, you could have a future. Sacrifice is a trope.
out those fetch quests I mentioned
Please.
earlier, you can head towards the final boss of this game. And although I got this far, like I said at the start, I didn't finish Metroid Prime 4.
Oh, you didn't actually do the final boss. Wow.
You fight Stylar.
So you got wiped on the phase 1 maybe and gave up. Don't blame him. It sucks.
Who I guess is here. I felt absolutely nothing seeing him, considering the past couple of hours have only consisted of unrelated banter and green crystal collection. Not
There's
really
no
much
reason.
of a build-up. But as I approached the final battle, I realized something that became more and more clear, more inevitable. Every single one of these Muppets was going to be joining me, and that I would again have to run
You have
around
to babysit 'em.
reviving each of them between non-stop quips, instead of just focusing on the fight at hand.
Yeah, having
I
a cool
died once
spectacle.
and I closed the game. I wish in this moment I felt frustration or anger or anything.
By
But
the
I
way,
didn't.
we're 18 minutes 38 in, and I think in like 1 minute you said it was fun. I'm still waiting for that fun. Where's the fun? Where's the value? You open the video with like, the haters say there's nothing of value here. I'm just plain wrong. Where's the value? You promised me value. Where's the value?
I moved on, and within about 10 minutes I forgot I had even been playing. I was so checked out, so bored of the padded content and the annoying characters, that I genuinely don't think I've ever cared less about the ending of a game. But for the sake of this video, I figured I'd at least watch the ending online.
Alright.
Maybe it really does change
No,
things,
it's
you know?
oh yeah, it makes
Or
it
just
worse.
maybe everyone heroically sacrifices themselves to hold off the enemy while Samus moves ahead. It's honestly just funny they thought these characters were well written enough to justify any of this.
It
In the
makes
end,
no s-
this is far
You're not
from
gonna
the
call
worst-
out how that makes no sense. How it's just wrong. Like Samus wouldn't sacrifice the others for her. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna go. Bye now. Bye. She just pieces out. Woo. It's bad. It's really, really bad.
Best game I've played,
My
and
God.
there's a lot that I liked. I truly do get the impression this
Sorry,
was
my lord.
almost a fantastic experience from beginning to end, only to be
Let's hear it.
in the end, this is far from the worst game I've played, and there's a lot that I like.
What's the lot? Wait, where was the what? Go back. I need that again.
Any of this. In the end, this is far from the worst game I've played, and there's a lot that I liked.
What? What did you like? Are you gonna go over it? What did you like?
Truly do get the impression this was almost a fantastic experience
Ooh. How did you reach that conclusion?
from beginning to end, only to be ruined by meddling from higher-ups with no idea what they were doing.
Why are you ascribing it to higher-ups? You have no idea. You're just assuming. The evidence presented is like, no, this is the game's intended direction. It's not like it's unfinished and polished. I can agree. Yeah, it probably was higher-ups that do this, do that. But do you think it was higher-ups that put more NPCs in the game? Get bad writing? Do you think higher-ups said, yeah, we want bad writing in the game? Come on.
It often feels like one writer tries to get the characters out of your way,
What? What do you mean?
like, don't worry, I get it. You want to explore alone, so it's up to Samus from here. Only for another writer to decide they need to immediately start talking to you over the radio, and then rejoin with you minutes later.
So is it the writers or is it the higher-ups? Like, it would have been a fantastic game if it wasn't the higher-ups that got involved. But then you just said it was the writers. You said another writer interfered.
The final product doesn't know what it's trying to be.
It does! It really does! This isn't a conflict of design. You can't be serious. You can't, like, defend then. You can't be like, he doesn't know what he's trying. Prime 3, you could argue, didn't know what he wanted to be. What is he going to say then for this? I'll state my point. You can't say it didn't know what it wanted to be when you're there like, okay, well, why was the green crystals in there? Why was that thing? Why was the empty desert in there? Why was the shrines in there? Why did you have to go back to Mackenzie to get your weapons upgraded when that's never happened in any Metroid game prior to this? And then for Mackenzie to constantly tell you what to do and just so baby mode, so fetus mode. Defend that, explain where the conflict of design is, because I can't see it other than, no, it's intended to be this way, because they actively see you as stupid and say, no, we are telling you how to play not even to play the game, we're just telling you what to do. Right. Prime 3.
Metroid Prime and a really watered down Zelda game and Guardians of the Galaxy without fully committing to any of these.
It did. This is the result. This is that. Why do you think it doesn't work? They that we brought up the Marvel writing, the Breath of the Wild shrines, but then it doesn't function because in Breath of the Wild you have all your powers straight away. In this game you don't, so you do the shrines. What am I meant to do? Oh, in the Metro game, but then they can't do that with the others, and then they made it more linear, which has nothing to do with any of those 3 categories.
All of the ingredients are here, they've just been poisoned at some point.
No. Metroid Prime 1 and 2, where's the dialogue? Where's any of the quippy characters telling you what to do? How is that the ingredients are here? It's just such a bizarre conclusion to be like, this will be a fantastic game. How? You proved nothing.
The game could have functioned just fine if Samus was alone, with the
Woo! Woo! Woo!
padding removed and the levels either directly connected or connected through a smaller, more well thought out hub area. This version of the game would have been even
Why would we have a hub area? Why not just have an interconnected world? Go back. I want to re-listen to that.
All of the ingredients are here, the padding removed and the levels either directly
so we get the padding, that's like most of the game. Just gone. Just cut the entire game then, because it is padding. The entire game is padding. Green crystals, the linear maps, all the game flow is linear. Everything is linear. The bloated enemies. I like bloated health. I'll let him finish because I want to count at the point.
Or connected through a smaller, more well thought out hub area.
Why would it be all connected to... Do like the other games did? Why did we got Metroid Prime 1, we got Metroid Prime 2, Metroid Prime 3 not so much, but definitely not so much. Prime 1. Alright, we got multiple areas. Or you could count actually forgot that Talon 4 overworld as the hub area. Alright, sure. But then there's multiple areas that link to each of the areas and multiple access points and entry points. Like Chozo Ruins has a ton of exit and entrance ports. It's really connected. Same with Prime 2. Technically, you would say Temple Grounds is the hub area, but every zone in Prime 2 connects to another zone. In this game, and even what he's suggesting, he wants a central hub area. Why? Have it so the zones connect to other zones. That's it. Why can't I have, like in Super Metroid, where you have the overworld map and it connects to the lost ship, but then the lost ship also connects to Meridia? I mean, there's so many other areas that connect to other places, but you have that in a Prime game. I mean, we already did it in Prime 1 and 2.
This version of the game would have been even shorter, and playtesters probably would have gotten stuck sometimes, but that's what a Metroid game is supposed to be like.
So what are you defending then? This is what a Metroid game is. So this game could have been fantastic if it got rid of everything that it tried doing differently and just made it what it was meant to be, which is a Metroid game. That's it. It just had to be a Metroid game. And instead, we're like going down the rabbit hole of, nah. Just nah.
If they wanted to make something different and quote-unquote
why is it Metroid then? Yeah, if they want to make something different, just make it a new IP.
Modern, they should have fully committed, instead of this...
Commit to what? Commit to what? What? You're just running defense for no one's like, get down, Mr. President. Why? What? They did fully commit. That's what we got. Why didn't they fully commit to making a Metroid game? What if they want to fully commit? Commit to something else, not Metroid.
Awkward in between where it's simultaneous.
How is it? It's not even a Metroid game. You just said that. You just established, literally, like 10 seconds ago. 10 seconds ago, you said it's nothing like this game. Because in this game, you're meant to explore, you're meant to go and figure out what to do. You're meant to essentially fail at parts and go, oh, I've done this thing wrong, or I've gone the wrong way. But in doing so, you're learning as you go along. And then 10 seconds later, you're like...
quote, modern, they should have fully committed, instead of this awkward in-between where it's simultaneously Metroid Prime and the exact antithesis to Metroid Prime.
How is it Metroid Prime? Please tell me. The only thing that's Metroid Prime about it is the UI, the gun, the ball, and then the characters. Because the world isn't really Metroid, it's just brand new. So you got, oh, Federation, Silex, some, not really Metroid. And you got Samus. So it's just a skin suit of a game. The skin suit is the Metroid part. What is it that's Metroid Prime other than the visuals? And then the like slight idea of like, oh, backtracking. But it's not backtracking, it's mandatory or forced. And like, oh, but even you can get 100% at the end of the game. But it feels like that part of the game is just thrown in there and filled in to go, oh, look, see, we put missiles over here and we put E-tanks there. And it's just so lazy. There's no puzzles, there's no like actual optional content. It's like, oh, I just came back, there was this thing on the wall, now I got the gun, I can shoot it and I get it. There's like a couple puzzles which actually require you to use your brain, but I just disagree. I can say, okay, there's some semblance of Metroid Prime, but it's not like, oh, it's split between it. No. It's like 90% not Metroid Prime, 10% Metroid Prime.
It's like the game is uncomfortable with its own DNA. Ultimately,
Why did they release it then? Alright.
it's an incredible waste of potential, and
Yes!
by the end, the majority of my time spent playing this game was honestly a complete waste.
That's the entire game! That's my point! This is what I've been saying. You open this review with, like, people who hate on the game and say it has nothing of value are wrong. Can we... Oh, wow, we're actually at the end. Alright.
I'll probably never think about it again. But you know what?
You made this vid! Alright.
At least all of these guys are dead. So... win?
That's funny, but can we have the beginning, please?
Who tells you there's nothing
Literally like 20
amazingly
seconds in. Right. 20 seconds in.
atmospheric and fun at times, yet so frustratingly bad by the end, I completely stopped playing out of pure apathy. I seriously think anyone who tells you there's nothing of value here is lying or hasn't actually played it. The
What on earth is going on here? Fuck off.
between not
Oh, come on.
comfortable with its own DNA. Ultimately, it's an incredible waste of potential, and by the end, the majority of my time spent playing this game was honestly a complete waste. I'll probably never think about it again, but you know what? At least so frustratingly bad by the end, I completely stopped playing out of pure apathy. I seriously think anyone who tells you there's nothing of value here is lying or hasn't actually played it. The majority of my time spent playing this game was honestly a complete waste. I'll probably never think about it again, but
I guess you could argue because he said the majority of his time was a complete waste, so there's some time that he actually enjoyed. But throughout this entire video, he didn't state what was fun. He brought up at one point this, and then just said, oh, because they switched on a generator. That's it. The only thing that's fun in this entire game from this video was... I think he did say cool visuals. Yep, he did, because the intro's... Oh, the intro's really epic. Okay. So you got epic intro, epic visuals, and then Vault Forge switch because it's a motorbike shop for aliens. That's it. That's the reason why you played this game. That's what's valuable in this game. It's wild. It's wild. I don't know if to give him a like or not. I think I should, because I mean, you put a lot of effort into it. I'll give you a like. Yeah, it's awful. Alright, well, that'll be about it. I have to download the YouTube bot. I didn't record it. I think this would be great just to upload as just a giant fat video of me talking about it and breaking it down. My reactions to it. I need to do a concise. Kind of in the mood. I just don't know how to do it. Maybe I do. Maybe I'll just come off and record it now. I'd keep doing this like every night. It is late. That's the thing. It's really late. Oh, I don't know what to do. I have like no time. What would I even react to? Maybe I'll just go off of it. I might even do it while on stream. You can see all the takes. I don't know. I might as well come off. I just like it on stream. It's funny. How would I even go over it? Me talking? I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. I really don't know. I don't know how to, if to structure it or to just rant or... Because he did a mix of both. He ranted, but he also... did, and it was 20 minutes. It's not that long. And I went for an hour and 16 just on his video. If I could just go full like synthler mode, which I think is probably the best way to do it. And maybe because I'm like, oh, there's nothing good about it. Yeah, I'm giving it a rating of 3 out of 10. Can go against what I'm like. I guess it's what hypocritical. Yeah, let's just play Genshin while I'm venting my thoughts. So if I'm giving it 3 out of 10, then I would be conceding the point that there's something of value to be there, because that means there's 30% of the game is worth something. But I don't think that's at all how scores work, let's be real. If something's mid, that normally means it's, well, oh, it's alright. But it means that there's something of value. That's the mid mark, is there something about. Below mid, that means you don't have value. That means it's a thing in its own design, but it's functional. It exists. Does that mean that product is good? No. It means it's below good. If it's below 5 out of 10, 5 out of 10 is like pass rate, right? In society, what you need like a C, and a C is normally like 60% to pass stuff. So if you get a 5, that's below visually interesting, not interesting level design. Why it sucked. Why is it back now? How do I have no internet? Oh, am I back? I'm hoping I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. My internet went. That was fun. So if I'm saying something's 3 out of 10, what's happening? Right, let's see if that works. Oh, I'm back apparently. That's so dumb. No idea what happened though. Internet crashing out. So, as I was saying, if you go to a restaurant and you order one, I might have to say this in the video. Yeah, I have to really iterate this and say the hypocritical side of it. If you go to a restaurant and I say something's 1 out of 5, 2 out of 10, 2 out of 10, does that mean you should still have it? Does that still mean I'm suggesting it's something you should partake in? Because it's not. What I'm suggesting there is it is edible. You can eat it. Is it tasty? Is it good for you? No, probably not. It's probably going to be a really bad experience. And your experience will be made worse because you did that. If something's 0 out of 10, that's basically you're dead, right? You can't feel anything from it. Like, it's impossible for something to be 0 out of 10. Unless it just fails its function. That's just a lie at that point. If it's a 0 out of 10, that means it has no semblance to something. I don't know. It's like me going, I don't know, if I go look. Oh my god, the dust! It's like me going, that's a... Oh, sorry. This is a mobile phone. And then you judge it based on it being a mobile phone. It would get 0 out of 10. Why? Because it's not a mobile phone. That's what we're talking with you. And that's what's stupid. Alright, what we doing? So I think Metroid Prime 4 gets a 3 out of 10, and it's one of the worst ratings to ever give something. And even then you're like, oh, is that too harsh? No. Because it barely functions as a game. What do you do in it? That's... I guess, so you're arguing... because here now I'm arguing, oh, because it's linear.
Try and stop me.
There's a lack of things you can do in it. But there are still choices to be made, and you can... Even if the level design's linear, even if the story's linear, even if play progression, all this is linear, you still have lots of choices in the game, therefore you can't hit that argument. You can choose what weapons you use in combat, you can choose how to react in combat. You're not on a literal straight line, even though the level design is pretty much that. And that's why I'm not rating it low. Oh god, is it 3 out of 10 harsh? Oh. Now I'm actually thinking about it. I'm actually like, maybe it is too harsh. I need to do a boss fight, and I don't like bosses. Oh, we can do both bosses actually. I want to do ice bosses. Hoping the internet isn't going again. Right. You want to duel with me? Okay. Watch him get deleted.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well
Come.
then, amuse me.
But,
Surrender is a valid option.
Why'd you miss? I was
promise
like,
I'll be gentle.
oh god, the lag. Why is it so bad? I did change character pretty fast though.
Poor time. You've made some progress. Not bad. You've got a trick or two.
He's evil now! Oh, that was wow. I didn't expect that to kill. Will Mavrika one-shot? Let's find out. I don't have the buff, but he's not even here. This is just Mavrika, by the way. I mean... Oh, okay. When this was back in lockdown? What? We got one. Really? Okay. I'll go do Fire Woman. As Mavrika, yes. Is it cold? Are you cold? Or are you just afraid of... I can't remember what she says. I don't farm her. I have no idea. Yeah, Metroid Prime kind of sucks. Which is... Really? What is this lag? Yeah. Oh, dude.
You're trembling.
No.
Is it the cold or just cowardice?
No. Oh. Oh no, I took in the frost damage. I'm now getting frozen. Alright, whatever. Should push her into the next phase. Oh, y'all gotta do this. I forget about this.
The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgressors.
She kind of phoned that line in, right?
Going in. Time to shine. Light up the
Wow, we already got Mavrika. Yeah, that's why I don't farm this one. It just takes so long.
Try and stop me.
I'm even using fire, which should be... Whoa! I'm almost dead. It's like, please use the mechanic fight. No.
Let the mountain's veins boil. Strike a pose.
I like how she was really nice with me though. No! Oh, I didn't get my final hit off. What? And also the lag is really bad. Come on. Yeah. No. Wait. Oh, really? Really? That's really annoying. At this fight. The song is fine. The music's great. The mechanics of the fight might have been alright in the past, but it's just tedious to do. Oh no, I'm on fire! Oh, come on! Did you move? Okay, can I go? Yeah, cool, you did.
I never asked for redemption.
Cool. Alright, that's the... We're done. Why is this MS? Oh, I'll be coming off then. Wow. 2 levels. 1 level with just a little bit off. Okay. We got a bunch of things left. Not this week. We can't complete it. It's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I might upload the video in full.
This realm is
Just so, and it... Need to figure out how to organize the thoughts. And then obviously editing. I was going to do comp clips. I might go with the original, cut it down to like 20. Hammer home and bash what I'm thinking of. Because I just lack the confidence to do so. Whereas I know I am right in this. And after seeing these other videos and other footage, I'm like... And other people are now actually speaking out going, no, it sucks, it's terrible. Because it is terrible. It's pretty good to see. So I still think I do the memes. I go over it. I go over how much I hate it. I think it's just evil. I really think it's evil. It's an insult to both people who played the game and then fans of the old games. It's frankly, it's disgusting. Oh, we did that. There we go. So we do get 2 levels today. Money. How much money do we have in this? Decent amount. There we go. Oh! I forgot about that. Huh. Oh, that's actually really good. Surprising. Come on, good stuff. Oh, crit rate with defense, yeah. I'm gonna have to do artifacts at some point. I'm getting full and I have nothing to salvage. Look. But like that. 20. Alright, most of these are gonna be like, yeah, just perps. How much of these are perps? Oh my lord. Okay, if like, maybe if, just under 1,000 in purples. Then we have a lot of oranges to go through. Ugh, there's so many to go through, and I got so many locked. Look at all these locks. Ugh. I don't have the characters using them that are locked. I have to get rid of a load. Maybe I'll just get rid of the perps. Because I've hit the point in the game where purples are just like, eh. No, oh, why not go for them? Because the stats can be good on purples. And it's like, yeah. But stats are just better on yellows. So just go yellows. It is tough. I mean, it's like, how much are you okay to invest into something? Yeah, just Genshin sucks up. But anyway, I've been on this too long now. Did an hour, which that's what I was thinking. Do like an hour a day of streaming. Get more comfortable at it. Just do it. Even if I'm talking to no one. I feel like I critique and react this way anyway. Watching content, doing content. So I just be like this more and do it more. I don't know where to upload this or put it on. I need to check as well my live. I think my lives are automatically there, so people can just watch it live. But I'm like, why? I think I could break down that video though, or just upload it in its entirety and just say, there you go. That's just something to put up. And then I'll put a thing of my reactions to it. I think it's good. Especially when it's just off the cuff. That's just how I think. And then I'll do a structured one. So that'll be my off the cuff one, and I think that'll work really well. Because it'll go over the issues I have with the game. And I might do some light editing, just some snippets. I don't know. It's mainly the beginning and then the end I'll be cutting. Oh, we could, yeah. I could do that. I could highlight my reactions and put them to the beginning, and then we could even make a YouTube short as well, just from the reactions. Yeah. Even they could draw in an audience as well. Oh, I want to get the mic looked at, better setup for it, better modifiers, affixes. I have no idea. Yeah. Get that done. And then I have no idea what else. That, get better at speaking, get better at talking, be more confident. That's a big one. Also figure out where to put the mic, where to speak and say the mic. Am I speaking there? Am I speaking into it? How far away is it? That sort of thing. We'll find out. Alright, I'll end the stream though. That's about all. I'm hoping the internet was fine during it. But yeah, I'll put some music on while I'm doing it. I mean, I should have put that on before when I was doing my closing statement. It's actually surprisingly loud. I might try an early night. Say early, it's 12. I work in the morning. I feel sick. I'm already sleep deprived. It'll be good. It'll be good. I need to stop now. I just want to talk more. I just want to keep talking. I just want to keep doing. That's why I need an audience. I've had an audience and it'd be great to interact with. Anyway. Peace. Wait, what? That was like a bit off. I like it. Take care.